The latest developments come from the Integrity Center, where former CEO of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, James Oswago, is this hour facing detectives of the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission over his involvement in the Chicken Gate scandal. While Oswago is appearing before the commission alongside former Energy CS Davis Chirchir, who was also at the interim Electoral Commission as a commissioner. A report by the British government received by the Attorney General has named commissioners and tender committee members who received money from Smith and Ouzman to help the company win a ballot paper printing tender. On Wednesday, Ambassador Yusuf Nzibo, a commissioner at the Electoral Commission, was grilled by detectives from the anti-graft agency to shed light on the scandal. The ongoing investigations are targeting former commissioners and staff of the defunct interim Independent Electoral Commission. The probe is focused on the tender committee members who travelled to Britain to meet Smith and Ouzman officials, where part of the bribes are said to have been paid. And we now want to speak to our reporter Francis Mtalaki, who is at the Integrity Center, to give us an update of what's happening there. Francis, thank you for joining us. Is there anything that you can tell us now?
Well, thank you, Betty. What we can able to confirm is that indeed James Oswago, the former interim and independent electoral commission CEO, has arrived. The first one who was slated to be grilled by the EACC officials here, and shortly after, Davis Chirchir also arrived, though we understand that he was slated to be grilled at around 2 p.m. That's when Davis Chirchir will be meeting the EACC officials here. And probably to break down the issues that have been happening here, and some of the information we've been able to gather is with regard to the tender that which was slated for the general election, the elections that for 2013, and we understand that some of the issues that have been coming up here is with regard to why is it the Kenyan government has taken too long to prosecute the cases, and given that the British government has already prosecuted some of the cases, just to mention a few, there was the sales and marketing director for Smith and Ouzman, who has already been paid for 3 years, and there were some issues that the EACC officials who have been saying that with regard to what the files that had arrived with the AG from the UK government, is that they're now following it up with the case, and these officials will be coming here, and we'll be waiting to see what will come up, and shortly we will be able to understand what Mr. Oswago, who is already at the EACC offices, what he will be able to tell us. But
right, Talaki, maybe you can tell us what kind of information will that team be out to look for today in that interrogation with Oswago?
Basically, for Oswago, it has to do with the tender, and remember, he was one of the members who traveled to UK so that they can go, so that they went and meet the Smith and Ouzman company officials, and we are waiting to see if Oswago will be able to speak to us and tell us more really what has been able to transpire. But currently, it's a weird situation here at the EACC, at the Integrity Center, basically on what's going to happen here. But we understand anytime between now and 2 p.m. we should be able to see Oswago coming out. And later, Davis Chirchir, who is also one of the members who was the commissioner at the interim Independent Electoral Commission, who also is supposed to be grilled, and later we'll be able to get more facts on really what transpired and how the allegations are unfolding.
Right, Mtalaki, just before I let you leave, do we know who else is going to be on that list in regards to interrogations by the EACC officials?
Well, for today, it is only the two officials who have been slated to appear today. But what we can be able to confirm is that indeed some of the commissioners and the tender committee members who sat in the offering the tender to Smith and Ouzman company must appear here, and it can be slated later next week, and probably according to the EACC officials that we have been able to speak to, currently they have only confirmed that the two officers from the Independent and Electoral Commission, that is who gave the tender, today we are only having two officials that will be grilled here. Thank you.
Right, thank you very much, Francis Ntalaki. Of course, we will be giving you the details of that developing story straight from the Integrity Center.